When we think about Hedera and HBAR, we obviously think about a lot of what's been happening around the network. Specifically, we talk about tokenization quite often, and we, of course, do talk about the enterprise side of things. But, I have been addressing DeFi for a bit of time on Hedera and really kind of putting a spotlight on this category because when we think about DeFi, this is such a huge piece of the crypto market. I mean, let's just be honest here. DeFi Summer doesn't have that name because of, oh, it's just a cool name. No, it's because it transcended this entire space back in the summer of 2020 into what it is today. Because again, even right now, DeFi has over 100 plus billion dollars tied into it with billions of dollars in trading volume every single day. And not to mention the fact that it continues to grow year over year in terms of not only the volume and the value, but also the amount of users that are tapped into the DeFi side. So let's think about how big DeFi on Hedera will be if DeFi on Ethereum is as big as it is right now. We actually have a little bit of an insight on how DeFi on Hedera is about to scale in a massive way, but also we have some additional news to talk about as well. So sit back, relax. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in. So again, DeFi on Hedera definitely has been growing over the last couple months. I mean, this has been something that I've been really kind of keeping an eye on because we know how big DeFi is. You already heard me talk about it in the beginning of this video, and I will continue to, stress the fact that like DeFi really is a crucial piece of the crypto puzzle. I mean, when we think about DeFi, it's decentralized finance. It's, finance without control from those big players. But it's also allowing you to basically become your own bank. When we think about DeFi protocols, it allows you to lend out, assets to earn a percentage on. You can create pools that people can, utilize to also create yield where you also get paid. I mean, DeFi has a completely different world within it that allows users like you and me to make a ton of money. So this definitely is a very beneficial piece of the space for you and me and those that are actually very early into it. Now, again, Hedera's DeFi offering has been growing substantially over the years. And right now there's over 2 pages of DeFi use cases that are on Hedera. Now, I would argue that there actually is a lot more. We just don't see them all listed here. When we go over to DeFi Llama, for an example, we could see that the TVL sitting pretty at around like 232 million, nothing too crazy there. We did hit about roughly 375 million or so. There was at times like over 400 plus million of TVL on Hedera. Since the market has been shifting around a bit, yeah, things are going to change. But regardless, the number one thing that I want to focus on here is the protocols, right? We have a substantial amount of protocols now on Hedera because over the years we have been witnessing launches, building happening, and I do think that everyone should pay attention to this because it is providing us an insight that the DeFi market on Hedera is going to continue to grow. But it's not just the TVL and the amount of protocols, it's also the volume, right? Now, again, I have been focused on the monthly volume around the Hedera DeFi market. Now, yes, since December, we have been dropping off because this is when most of the market hit a local top. I don't think that we topped out completely, but this is when we basically hit a local top. Now, we did hit almost $630 million in DeFi volume right now for the month of February, which we are coming to a close here soon. We are sitting at about roughly 226 million. Nothing too crazy there. I mean, listen, we're very close still to the November high, which was 324 million. But when we look at the HBAR volume, now this is dropping off a little bit. We are at about 8 billion versus the almost 1 billion back in November. And of course, December was a historical month, sitting at almost $60 billion. But all of this was driven around not only trading of HBAR, but also the DeFi side. And like I said, if we think about how big the DeFi market is, and we think about how efficient Hedera is compared to a lot of the networks that dominate the DeFi space, I do believe that Hedera is set for a lot more growth to happen this year, but also going forward, especially as we do start to see a little bit more of a focus put on, allowing this ecosystem to thrive, grow, expand through, grants or just through community engagement, through events, for example. Now, let's go over here to an announcement talking about thriving, right? Thrive Protocol. So they actually just announced a fund with Hedera. They launched a 4 million HBAR builder fund. Now, before you guys quickly say, oh, well, there goes 4 million HBAR, that's going to go nowhere. Well, let's actually talk about this. Number one, we have a little bit of a breakdown here. Building on our successful collaboration with the Premier ecosystem, Thrive is introducing a new 4 million HBAR funding initiative. We're seeking exceptional builders ready to develop breakthrough applications on the infrastructure trusted by leading organizations worldwide. Now, we have two distinct pathways for builders. Number one, the initiative is strategically divided into two tracks, each allocated 2 million HBAR. The launch program, empowering native innovation. So for visionary developers ready to build natively on Hedera, the launch program offers funding up to 180,000 HBAR per project. It's actually very significant. This track seeks breakthrough solutions that drive meaningful transaction volume and user adoption. Whether you're pioneering new AI applications or reimagining financial infrastructure, this program provides the resources to bring your vision to life. Now, you might be saying, well, Nick, they're probably going to just, try to launch something and then take the money and run. Wrong. Why? Because this initiative is completely different than previous, funding rounds. When we look at this, we have Boost program scaling proven success. So for established projects seeking to expand their horizons, the Boost program offers up to 180,000 HBAR per project. This track welcomes proven teams looking to leverage Hedera's high-performance infrastructure to scale their impact and reach new audiences. Now, here we have the focus areas. I'm going to get to this here in a second, which changes the game in terms of the milestone funding. So here we have the focus areas. Number one is DeFi and special projects. So supporting groundbreaking experiments in decentralized finance, GameFi, Oracle solutions, and unique ecosystem expanding initiatives that push technical boundaries. Meme coin infrastructure, supporting innovative infrastructure and risk management solutions that enhance user engagement while maintaining security. Then, of course, we have the AI integration, funding pioneers bridging AI and distributed systems through decentralized models, tokenized compute solutions, and intelligent trading and governance systems. And then, of course, we have the RWA focus, backing initiatives that bring traditional assets into the digital realm through tokenization, creating innovative financial instruments that bridge conventional and decentralized finance. Now, here we have the reason why this is different, because in the past, the biggest problem with these types of funds is developers get the money and they run before even launching anything. This is milestone-based funding structure. 10% upon testnet deployment, 20% following mainnet launch, 30% after initial adoption, and then 40% upon achieving sustained traction. So in order for them to actually get the funds, they need to build, launch, gain adoption, and then sustain the adoption. This is huge. And in fact, I think that this is such a beneficial way to create an ecosystem where we have builders being incentivized for actually building and providing sustainable applications for the ecosystem. This is incredible to see. And I think every single funding round for any sort of dev activity, building applications, this is how every single one of them should go going forward. And we have, of course, why Hedera, and then time-sensitive opportunities. So applications close on March 14th. So we are really kind of almost getting close to that deadline. And then we have that they're selecting 10 to 20 projects for each track, making early submission advantageous for serious terms or teams. So again, I think that this is very exciting because again, we are going to see almost every single major focus group around crypto being focused on, because we know how big DeFi is. We know how big the gaming space is, Oracle's as well. That's being hit here. So all the big narratives target it in one go, even the meme coin side, the AI side, and of course, we cannot forget the tokenization RWA side. This is an incredible, incredible announcement. Very excited about it. And also, right, don't forget that we just got an update on the 14th from the CEO of the HBAR Foundation, Charles Adkins, that we're driving the ecosystem into a new era of growth with a core focus on empowering grassroots community developers and growing the retail ecosystem. To make this possible, the Hedera Council has issued a substantial token grant to the HBAR Foundation. Now, before you guys say, oh, there goes more money, right? These tokens will be moved to the Foundation Treasury today, but will not be released on the open market. Over the next 5 years and beyond, we will act as the most effective stewards of these tokens, incubating an unparalleled startup ecosystem on the Hedera network that enables retail applications to thrive and become one of the largest Web3 ecosystems in the future. Additionally, as part of the new grant process at the HBAR Foundation, we are implementing a new system to accelerate builders. This lies at the core of our token stewardship. Through this, the community can expect new developers and users, community-focused marketing initiatives, transparent and expedited grants processes, events and educational initiatives, safe, simple on-chain tolling. Core ecosystem focus areas include DeFi, AI, NFTs, RWAs, DPIN, and DIDs. Here we will showcase to the world that the Hedera network and its Hashgraph consensus are best in class for scaling Web3 for mass adoption. So again, I do believe that what they are saying here in terms of that actual funding platform, right? In terms of like the actual grant process, that goes back to the funding process within the Thrive announcement as well, where you actually have to hit these milestones in order to get paid out. We are going to witness the Hedera ecosystem expand rapidly from something like this. I'm very excited about it. And again, those key areas, DeFi, AI, NFTs, RWAs, DPIN, DIDs, we are seeing every single major narrative hit here. Hedera has been growing rapidly. I keep telling you guys that. And I get it, right? We are still here for the price action. But don't lose focus of what actually gets us there. We need to see growth. We need to see use. We need to see these expansions happening. And that's exactly what we are now witnessing from the HBAR Foundation and from these integrations like Thrive Protocol. I'm very excited to see what is going to happen from these funds and from the focus of the HBAR Foundation. Now, I would love to see this in action because we cannot just take words for, oh yeah, this is going to be 100% amazing because they're telling us, right? No, we need to see this in action. We need to start to see a lot of growth from the side. But it feels like we're already getting there because I do believe that this is part of that. Maybe I could be wrong, right? But it feels like this is going to be a game changer along with what we are seeing from the HBAR Foundation. And we already know that one of the biggest events around Hedera, HederaCon, is coming up. And that is where we do see a lot of builders come into the Hedera ecosystem as well. Because again, that's going to be one of the biggest Hedera-based conferences that we've seen since going all the way back to 2018. So I'm definitely focused on the DeFi side of things. And again, if we think about how big DeFi actually is, it's massive. We can see the TVL across the board. Ethereum is a dominant force in the DeFi market with over $120 billion tied to it alone. I do believe that if we really look at Hedera today, we're kind of in the beginning stages of getting to that first $1 billion. From that $1 billion to get to 10 is going to be a lot easier. And then from 10 to 50 to 100, it happens very fast. We just need some major adoption. So far, we have been growing substantially. I'm very excited about the future for Hedera, and I think that a lot of these initiatives are going to really accelerate it and scale it to some of these big numbers that we do see across the board for some of the top projects in the space. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord on the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.